You die!
Freddy versus Jason.
Play your best!
Don't worry about my little errand today. The only thing to fear is fear and suffering.
I think what's scary about Freddy in the dream world, to fans and to the heroines that he goes after in a series of nightmare films, I think it's the violation of privacy. There's something really... not only does he know your most private thoughts, and he can exploit them, not only does he know any of your sexual peccadillos, or the boy you have a crush on, or the fact that you have asthma, or that you're scared of bugs, but he's kind of like, he's in your bedroom. You know, he's under your bed. He's in your underwear drawer. He's looking in that mirror when you brush your teeth, when you put the Clearasil on. He knows he's in that private, sacred place, and he's invading that. And I think that's what's to the core scary about Freddy. There's this great idea that in some kind of hellish purgatory, an impotent, weak Freddy, a Freddy that's been rendered weak over the last 7 sequels by the strong women warriors who continue, and his daughter who continue to diminish his powers, and Wes Craven, they continue to diminish his powers, that Freddy needs to install fear into his potential victims, the children, the relatives, the offspring of the original vigilante parents that burned him. And, you know, 2 wrongs don't make a right, and sent Freddy into his sort of nebulous purgatory where he dwells and plots his revenge, his sort of eternal revenge. So I used Jason, who inhabits the real world, to, you know, begin a reign of terror so that everybody, you know, can get that their fear festering again so that I can exploit it later. And the problem is I unleash a Frankenstein monster. And, you know, Jason, once he tastes blood, you know. But I will tell my fans that Freddy takes a licking, but he keeps on clicking. I'd like to be able to say that I do all my own stunts, but I'm an old dog now. And, I mean, I still get in the ocean and surf and move around. But, you know, I have a great stunt double in this. And Doug's really making me look good. I did my own water stuff in this, and, you know, some of the fight stuff. But, you know, when you see somebody flying through the air on fire, and boy, we have some great air stunts and some great high falls, you know. When you see the high falls, and you see Freddy flying through the air and hitting a wall, or flying through the sky and landing in Crystal Lake on fire, and things like that, you know, and believe me, it's not me. It's not Freddy fights Jason, it's Freddy versus Jason. There's a lot of mind games and a lot of manipulation, and Freddy's a lot smarter. I mean, Freddy says to Jason, you know, you're big, and you're dumb, and you got no style. But he is bigger, and he is stronger, and Jason would always win if we were just duking it out. And in reality, Freddy can't last very long with Jason. In the dream world, it's a whole different thing. Freddy's almost magical in the dream world, let alone the fact that he can exploit the flaws, the character flaws, and the fears of whoever he's dealing with in the dream world.
We gotta keep looking!
Maybe there's some down there.
We gotta go! Now! Come on!
Let me handle this.
Jason is obviously much bigger, much stronger than Freddy, but Freddy is much smarter than Jason and has a whole world unto himself where he's sort of Lord and God kind of thing. So, you know, he uses that to manipulate Jason and to take advantage of Jason, but ultimately, you know, Jason relies on his strength to try and overcome Freddy. Ronnie just brings a wonderful imagination to this movie. You know, I'd seen all the Chucky movies, and I had to say, when I saw Bride of Chucky, it just really stood out to me, and I just thought, wow, they somehow just took it to a new level. They didn't have to change too much, but they took it to a new level, and that's what Ronnie, I think, is doing with this movie. He's taking Freddy and Jason to a new level. It's a subtle change. I don't think the fans are going to notice anything but that it's better.
Ready and action! Ready and swing! Go forward, Glenn. Go forward, Glenn. Go forward. And cut! Cut! Cut!
I play Lori, who is the least likely action hero ever, because I'm supposed to be this very quiet, subdued, virginal character. And then all these terrible murders start happening, and I kind of have to find my powers and take care of everybody, and I have this strength within me that I had no idea I was capable of having. It's just kind of the whole legacy that I live still on Elm Street. I live in the house where all these murders took place, and then a lot of the murders start happening to me and all of my friends, and this whole town sort of becomes infected with Freddy Krueger once again. The director is Ronnie Yu, and he's very, what's interesting about him is that he has every shot worked out, and he's so specific about what he wants. And it's going to be really interesting to actually watch this movie when it's finally done.
Freddy versus Jason is something that it's an idea that I came up with putting the two of them together almost 10 years ago. And it's taken that long to put together a script and the elements and the deal and all this other stuff that at the very beginning I said, gee, this could really be a good idea. But now that it's all come together and I finally get to see it, I say, this is a great idea. It really works well.
Boy, please, come on.
And I go back to the first original Friday 13 and the first original Nightmare. You know, I said, oh, this is the key. So from then on, so I'm so like a samurai, like, you know, my vision is like a samurai. Okay, this is it. This is the only way to make this movie and also satisfy the audience. And on the other hand, because the script itself is so smart already, you know, how do you put these two together, you know? So already that area I don't have to worry about. So I just want to make sure that there's enough blood there to satisfy the horror, you know, audience.
What's the matter, Lori? Mr. Wake Up Call? Ah!
I play Will, who basically he's been in a mental institution for the last 4 years when the movie starts. And because he thought he saw his girlfriend's father kill his girlfriend's mother, and it really freaked him out, and then they just sent him to a mental institution. He still doesn't really know what happened, and he's been writing letters to his girlfriend all the time, and she never writes him back, and you know, it's... And so at the beginning of this movie, he hears that there's been another murder in her house. And so him, along with his best friend, Mark, they decide to break out and go look for her because she's the most important thing to Will. That's the one thing about Will, is that he loves Lori so much.
You're better. Warn everyone.
Welcome to my nightmare.
We're not safe awake or asleep.
Why won't you die?
Freddy versus Jason.